in terms of having an impact, working on a topic that I was passionate about. And I think it's just fair that I would give back the same way, and being able to pursue with quite a bit of freedom, really, the mission and vision that you have. Hi, I'm Julie Campistron. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Stop, Breathe and Think.
Hello, Julie. You created Stop, Breathe and Think, a meditation app to make the world better. So beyond that, what is the story?
Yeah, so the story started really 20 years ago. My partner Jamie created a nonprofit called Tools for Peace to create mindfulness and meditation curriculum for at-risk youth in LA and San Francisco. So way before mindfulness was trendy and popular like it is now, she was in the trenches, working with kids and really trying to change outcomes. And she realized that it was working, that she was helping these kids build resilience and kind of manage the adversity that they were experiencing. She wanted a way to reach more kids, and that's how she created the first version of the app, Stop, Breathe and Think. So bootstrapped it and launched it in January 2014, and very quickly the app just took off. It had this incredible grassroots momentum, and she realized that she had something really special and that it had a ton of potential, and she wanted a business partner to help her really build it.
We found an effective place to start when you're really wanting to look after your mental health is with how you're feeling. That question, how are you?
So the way our apps work is you check in with how you're feeling, and then we recommend short activities that are based on those emotions. And the activities range from meditation, obviously, but also yoga, acupressure, breathing, guided journaling, light cognitive behavioral therapy. So we really have a wide range of what we address.
So you have a very strong background experience in the big companies like Yahoo, Demand Media and L'Oreal. And how did you, decide to become an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so it's funny because after L'Oreal, I actually tried, and I was maybe like 22, 23. I tried to do my own startup back in France for about 6 months. And I swore I would never do it again. It was like the worst experience. I was miserable. It was so hard. I was so inexperienced. So I kind of said, I don't want to do it again. And interestingly, I think after the Demand Media experience, I wasn't necessarily looking to be an entrepreneur, to be the CEO of a company. I think it kind of came to me through this opportunity with Jamie, who took me out to lunch and just kind of presented what she had, and it just seemed like the perfect fit. But it wasn't like, I didn't say, okay, I want to be a CEO, I want to be an entrepreneur. It was more that this opportunity just fits so well what I wanted to do in terms of having an impact, working on a topic that I was passionate about. And
there is a big shock when you switch from a corporate position to being an entrepreneur. So what did you feel? What were you feeling? Your feelings, and what was the worst? What was the best about it?
Yeah. There were times of like great despair. No, I think what I missed the most, especially at the beginning, was kind of the support of a corporation. I was like setting up our wireless router, and I was just asking myself, like, where is my help desk guy that I can call?
Yeah, you have to do everything.
Exactly. But you kind of get over that pretty quickly, and I think one of the things that is the most positive is the ability you have to like drive an agenda and a mission and really do it the way you want, and really being able to pursue with quite a bit of freedom, really, the mission and vision that you have. I think fundraising was definitely for me a big learning curve. It's not something I had ever done before, and it was really hard. And the first 4 months of it was like going to casting. Not that I've ever done that, but I can only imagine. Like, you just feel the rejection just feels so personal, and when you don't have the experience of it, you just take it, like really in a pretty aggressive way, and it's just, that was really hard. And so that was something that I'm really proud that I learned it, and that now I can be really comfortable in it. And I think that was something that was really hard to learn. And I had, again, the first couple of months were just really rough from that standpoint. But then on the other hand, I think some of the real great satisfaction is when you're able to raise your money, when you're able to hire the people you want to hire, when you see the impact that what you're trying to do is having, and that it's fitting with the vision that you had, I think it's super satisfying. And I think both Jamie and I really feel that we are making a difference. I think our users tell us all the time, and I think that's exciting. And then I think the other thing that's kind of both a positive and a negative is that there is no dull moment, but like really, it's just every day is just, it's such a roller coaster of emotions, a roller coaster of events. Things just come that are completely unexpected, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. And you just have to constantly, and I think you have that in a professional setting in corporations, but it's just not at the same level. And so I think that's something also that's both thrilling and sometimes exhausting.
So the competition is really fierce in meditation, in the well-being business. How do you differentiate your business model?
Yeah, so first we address a very different audience. I think a lot of the players in the market are going after kind of a more adult audience. I mean, look, Stop, Breathe, and Think works for everyone. We have users of all ages on it. It does,
because I do it.
I know. But in terms of where we put our focus, in terms of where we acquire users, we really are focusing on kids and families. And so that's very unique in the marketplace. Again, most of the players are going after workplace stress, corporate wellness. So that's one first kind of big differentiator. I think the second one is the way our product works. You have this really personalized approach because you do this emotional check-in, you're able to track your mood over time, and we recommend activities based on that emotional check-in. That's pretty unique. We've actually gathered over 13 million emotional check-ins to date, which gives us an incredible database of emotional data, and we're about to publish a study in a medical journal called JMIR. We partnered with a team out of UC San Diego doing a research based off of 10,000 of our users, using that emotional data and being able to prove that the regular use of the app really decreases anxiety. So after 10 sessions, 82% less likelihood of selecting anxiety-related emotions.
Wow, this is very impressive.
Yeah.
And you practice the giving back. You give 10% of your net revenue to Tools for Peace. You also give access to your app to teachers. Why is that important?
It comes from our DNA. I mean, Jamie started this all out of really just pure generosity. It was through a nonprofit. Her goal was really to just alleviate suffering really for kids who were experiencing adversity. And so we wanted to make sure that even though we were building a for-profit business, that it still had a lot of that ethos. And so giving 10% back to Tools for Peace is part of that. Giving access to teachers is also part of that.
Do you have a lot of schools following you? I mean, does it really pick up?
Yeah, so our program with teachers has been incredibly successful. We launched it in September, so it's been a little over 6 months, and we have over 14,000 teachers across all 50 states, 46 countries. We're adding 80 to 100 new teachers every day just through word of mouth. And to us, that really shows the demand and the need for tools like ours. So it's really heartwarming to see that.
And on a personal level, you also practice giving back through your help you're giving. So the mentoring you give to French companies. You've been chosen by the French government to be CCE. So you're helping those companies to come here to the US and try to establish their business.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've benefited from a ton of help through this journey. It takes a village. I was not shy to ask for, help, advice all over the place. And I think it's just fair that I would give back the same way. And I do it through my work at the CCE. I also do it through just overall mentorship of other entrepreneurs or, women in business or, I think it really for me is just about giving back what I've received as well.